Hello, this is Piedra Luna, Tarot 808, with the collective reading for today, Wednesday. Today, the energy that I have is for the numerology, starting with that, is I got 4 on the dice, and 4 is about structures, and it really is reflecting on what I'm receiving from the cards. Today, I'm using the Tarot of the Little Prince. From the story of Saint Exupéry, probably not pronouncing that right, but a lot of people know that story. It's quite a classical, and this tarot is based on that story. It's not based on the Rider-Waite system. It is just based on the meaning of each of the cards and the relation that they could have with the Little Prince story. So if you happen to know that story and you know your tarot cards well, then you should be able to read these cards pretty well. But I wouldn't exactly recommend them for beginners because they're a bit more complex, but that doesn't mean you cannot acquire them. And as you progress on your tarot reading skills, you will be able to read them. That happened to me, and that happens to every tarot reader. So don't discard any of your cards in case you're not connecting with them yet, if you're just starting to read tarot, because it might be just a thing of time that you just need to acquire more skills. So for today, as I said, we have the energy of the 4 of numerology. Four is about structure, because in order to build a structure you need 4 sides, right? And we have the cards of the Hangman. The Hangman is about seeing things from a different perspective, or a time of meditation, or maybe it's also a time of a waiting period. And the 6 of Wands here, they just finished fixing the plane, and that means you're victorious, because 6 of Wands is about being victorious in battle, in whatever kind of obstacle you might have. And the 3 of Pentacles is about creation. It's about things that we start building, that have the potential to grow exponentially. And here in this case, with the story of the Little Prince, where the writer remembers when he made the drawing of the hat, and actually it wasn't a hat, it was an elephant that was inside of that was eaten by a snake, right? If you remember the story, right? And if not, I recommend you either watch the movie of The Little Princess. It's such a beautiful story. It's a classical that everybody should know. I'm definitely a fan, and that's why I have the cards. So with the 3 of Pentacles, and this and the kid making a drawing and being creative, this energy, what it tells me, also with the rest of the cards that I'm going to show you, is that we are in a period today, or the energy today is about seeing things, seeing our life, seeing the structure of our life, seeing the structure of our relationships, work, family, or romantic, in a different view, where we are considering and meditating how is it that we can be victorious in creating things that are creative, that makes us feel fulfilled, that have a potential to grow. The other cards that I got for today were Judgment, the Tower, and the Hermit. The Tower is quite the card. It's the falling of paradigms, is the falling of our illusions, the breakdown of our illusions, as well as the break of a paradigm, or something that is no longer serves you, and or something that was built on a weak structure, and that it's time for it to fall down, to break down, for something new to be built. And with the Judgment, I feel like maybe today there might be something that happens, or maybe it's just your reflection. You're reflecting on your life and you feel that what you're having is no longer working for you, or maybe it's a change of paradigm in the way you look at life as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be something super tangible in your life. And with the Hermit, it's about looking at other options. It's about going within and seeing what works in your life, what is not working, what is causing you. Like, of course, the Tower usually causes us stress, because it's about the unknown. Something breaks down and we don't know what's going to happen next. But it's a great opportunity for things to be built. And remember, after the tower, we get the star card in the tarot cards when you put them all in order. And the star is about hope, that there's always hope, and there's always a balancing of scales. When we go down, then eventually we have to go up. But this is a realization that something is no longer working for you. And here with the card of the hermit, that they're looking at other horizons. So that might be the energy that you're feeling. You're looking at other horizons, and you're realizing that here with the cards of strength, the emperor, and the page of cups. Strength is not about forceful strength. It never is. And if you see here, they're having a good time. The little prince is playing with the fox and caressing the fox, and he's having fun. They're both in a relaxed position. The fox is smiling, and he's very willing to be vulnerable with the little prince. And what these cards are telling us is that the answer to what we're looking for, or for the newest and the newness that we want to build, could be found, or we are coming into the realization that in order for us to create something that of value, where we feel like we're victorious, where we feel we're being creative, where we feel like we're feeling fulfilled in life, uh, it would take us two things. First, to become the emperors of our lives. And what does that mean? That could mean becoming more assertive in your life, putting boundaries, maybe in a toxic relationship, whatever it may be, work, life, or romantic, um, or family, work, or romantic. Or it could be becoming the emperor, as beginning an enterprise, as beginning a new company, as a new endeavor, and some. But it definitely has to be something where you feel it inspires you. It's close to your heart, because that's what the Page of Cups is about something that's inspiring, that really really resonates with you. I mean, it's not about, well, of course, we have to check what does the market want with when you want to start a business, but it must be something that means something for you, that it is heartful, because that's where the power lies in building something, is that your heart is in it for it to be successful. And to remember that the approach to creating anything is not a forceful approach, but to have a compassionate approach, to have um a more strategic approach, to approach things in not a rush way, but just give it time, and see how things start falling into place. Of course, keep working on your plans, but don't have like a the approach cannot be about power struggle. It cannot be of dominion. Even though we have here the emperor, you must be a compassionate emperor, or a compassionate leader, or a compassionate, or whatever you're creating must show that you know what you're doing, but also in a way that is not forceful, that is not like try too hard, right? Like it shows that you're trying too hard. It must come naturally. That's what the cards are telling me. Something that you master as the emperor, that makes you feel fulfilled, and to remember that it's something not to be forceful about, because when we love something or we're good at something, we don't need to. Whenever you're being forceful, is because usually because you're being insecure about something, because if you're secure, you don't need to be forceful, you don't need to be aggressive. Things will happen at their own rhythm, and people will see what you offer, that you're a master of your skill, or that you've matured in your life, and if this is a situation about relationships, and that the energy here is not to be needy, not to rush into things, and not to be too aggressive in your approach, to have even a soft approach to what you're doing. And then the other cards that I had that are also representing that message are, here I use some poker cards. I think these were a gift from my brother, that he got them like in the McDonald's kids menu, and he gave me those cards, and I love them. and I really like actually reading poker playing cards. Once you learn all the meanings of the cards, then it becomes very easy to do a reading with regular poker cards. So here we have the energy of the Eight of Pentacles, and it says here, I dedicate myself to what I believe in. And that's a reinforcement of the energy that I was receiving from the other cards. And this is the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is about, or the Ace of it's spades in poker, right? The Ace of Spades or the Ace of Swords in tarot cards, it's about the ultimate truth. It's about knowledge and or the answer to things as well. And the answer to thing is that the answer to whatever is it that you're meditating today, if you're feeling uncomfortable, that whatever situation is no longer working for you, maybe even in your own home, or whatever is going on that is making you uncomfortable, whatever feels like it needs to be changed. But this is more again an energy of it feels of work. And I think I'm not surprised of that, because there's a whole movement around the world of people that are looking for better jobs. They're looking for jobs where they're treated better. If you check the news, there's in the U.S. there's a lack of people that want to work in the restaurant places because of the risk that it takes right now, and of course because they had a wage where you cannot live on that wage. So people are seeing life in a different way. We all of us, we want to spend our lives doing something that is meaningful and not fall into the trap of the rat race. And I think that's a great awakening from the pandemic, that we are valuing our life and our days and how we spend our days. We're definitely awakening to the idea that life is fragile, and do you want to continue doing something you don't like day in and day out? And I think it's basically a global thing that we're all meditating on. And of course it's quite the contrast, because the economy is not doing that well either in some places, and there's a lot of people that are unemployed, because the workplace has changed so much. Right now we're global citizens. You can um, get a job in the other side of the planet without having to move from your home, because everything is online. So it's a different world. That there's a lot of things changing, and we're also reframing the structure of work. And that's what I feel today. We are meditating a lot on the structure of work and how we can do it differently, in a way that we feel fulfilled, and in a way that we feel we're not wasting our lives, our precious lives. If you think about it, if we're lucky enough to live up to 80, and if you're I don't know, if you're already on your 40s like myself, then you feel like, okay, what the hell am I going to do with the rest of my life? Do I want to continue doing this, or do I want to do something different? And of course, when we want change immediately, right? Because when we decide we don't want something, or at least that happens to me, and I'm sure a lot of people as well, you want to make changes ASAP. But the energy of today is reminding you to take it easy. Don't make any rash decisions. Check your options very well. Don't have an aggressive approach to any changes that you might want to make. Of course, that doesn't mean that you're going to forget that you want to make, that there's changes that you need to make. But remember that usually changes that last and that are worthwhile for your life are not done in a haste. They're done little by little. So with this, I dedicate myself to what I believe in. This is the key to what you're looking for. The key or the answer to what you're meditating on is to dedicate yourself on something that you believe in. And this is going to take you from the Five of Pentacles, which is the Five of Pentacles is about lack. It's about having a rough financial time. That's what it means. Or feeling left out in the cold as well, emotionally, if it's not something financially. But I feel here that the way to move from the lack, from the Five of Pentacles, to feeling vulnerable, like you're not feeling empowered in your job, or you're not able, whatever you're investing your work in is not giving you enough money. The answer to your conundrum is to start investing start working on whatever is it that you really believe in, and that the answer is here with the Ace of Hearts, or the Ace of Cups in tarot cards, is that the answer lies in what really resonates with you, and whatever you really love doing, and it's an encouragement to follow your bliss. And here we have the cards of the Chariot and the Nine of Cups. Chariot is also about victory. It's about where are we directing our energy. And the cards, with the progression of these cards, they're telling me that once you start pursuing that which is that you love, that which makes you feel fulfilled, makes you feel like that's by doing that you find your place in the world or your purpose, that's going to be the answer. And it's going to quickly take you to the and charity is also about movement and victory. And this is the Nine of Cups, which is wishes fulfilled. So this is following your heart, following your bliss, basically, is going to take you to this is what is going to take you to a place where you can fulfill your wishes, and where you feel comfortable that that's what you have, that is what you need to be doing, or what you should have been doing, or what you need to be doing for the rest of your life, or at least for a while, and that it makes you feel very accomplished. And the last energy, let's see if I can show you here, is here with the poker cards, the King of Hearts, or the King of Cups, which is also about what of course is the King of Hearts, is about what we hold dear in our hearts. And it's telling us again to invest. Seven of Pentacles is about investing, or meditating on what we want to keep investing on. And it's telling us that the path to feeling or to resolving your conundrum today, or the feelings for today, are to start working on that which is it that you love. And yes, it might take some time. The Ten of Wands, it's that the card of a man carrying 10 wands on his back, but he's about to be finished with his work. I mean, it might take time. You're probably going to have to invest a lot, but you're very close. If you're already investing, or you're already doing whatever is it that you love, and although you might not be seeing the results yet, know that it's right around the corner. You're almost done with structuring, or with the project that you're thinking about, or not to feel. And if you haven't started, then it means not to feel disheartened or discouraged if it takes you a while to see the results of your labor of following your bliss, of when you know you are a master of something that you love, and that is going to take you to the King of Pentacles, or the King of Diamonds, which is the king that has the wealthy king. Of course, he's the one who has all his ducks in order, and he's got a very abundant kingdom, and he doesn't have to worry about money anymore, and he's pretty satisfied with his life. And most important, he shares all the abundance that he has built with great passion, and by putting his heart on whatever is it that he believes in, and he shares it with those he loves. So that would be the message for today. I hope it was as clear as possible. And sending you blessings. This was Piedra Luna, Tarot 808.